Humidor Sports, get ready. Humidor Sports, get ready. Humidor Sports, Humidor Sports, Cigars, Humidor Sports, get ready. Humidor Sports, get ready. Humidor Sports.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy, Mr. SmokeFella in the house, man. This is uh Humidor Sports and Cigars, brought to you by the SmokeFellas, man. We up early on this Saturday morning, man. It's a lot to do this weekend. Hopefully, the weather, start to brighten up for everybody. But we back, man, and we about to get in it. Right now, I'm gonna bring in my man, Lucky Lefty. Lucky Lefty, what's going on with your kid?
Good morning, people. Good morning. How's it going? So, beautiful day. I got a little coffee in my bourbon. We kicking it off early. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Y'all know my motto. Man, let's get it started, man. We got a lot to go over, man. I got the NFL draft on. See what the Bears gonna do with the rest of this draft.
Well, the Bears, they just drafted that pick. They supposed to start it off. They just drafted the pick to New Orleans.
They traded it?
Yeah, I'm like, man.
A lot of these are usually the rounds where you get the most movement. A lot of trading up and back and things like that, trying to stockpile picks. So
Jaguars got 10 picks today, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? But you know what? But that's what we always talk about with the draft. You know, people are so focused on the first round, man. Like the meat of the draft is the mid rounds. That's where you get those sleepers, those cats you never heard of, those cats that come out of nowhere and end up being Hall of Famers. So, and if you can find them gems these late rounds, that's when you really do well. You really do well.
One, teams are saving money. This is where the business come in. And this, as fans, individuals don't understand this business side. You know, being savvy with your money, this is how you make your money long. You know what I'm saying? We all know that every NFL team got that bread, but you paying a whole lot of people, a lot of years and all of that stuff. So you got to maneuver the money around. You got to move, as Kevin Hart say, from my checking to my savings.
But you know what? Think about it like this, right? Left tackle is a premier position. You pay left tackles a lot of money, right? So the Bears starting left tackle, they got in the 5th round. You know what I mean? Like that's what I mean by finding gems. You know, Braxton Jones came in and you know, he was solid last year, started every game. He's still developing. I think he's going to be a stud. But the fact that you can get a starter at a premier position in the 5th round, like
Bro,
we already know the most famous late round pick ever is Tom Brady.
6th round, baby.
The most famous ever is Tom Brady, right? You
with a body like Guru.
The 49ers, Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, last pick of the draft. Like they basing everything off this cat now. That's what I mean, man. This is where you get them gems, man. This is where you get gems. So that's why, like, I like to pay attention. I love the first round. I love the hype over it, the mock drafts, all that shit. But you know, like these are the rounds where you got to really pay attention. And then you look up, and you'll have your most favorite player ever on your favorite team will be coming out of this round. Like this the day that dude will be drafted.
Right. Because man,
and
like
we got a few check-ins early, man. We got a few early check-in.
What's up to everybody out there? Hey, before leaving a comment, please grant StreamYard permission to see your name so we can show you that love. You know what I'm saying? Because right now a lot of you guys are coming in as Facebook user.
Well, I can see some of them, and from New York, and I know he locked in the draft.
Oh, not this dude.
DJ Silk, my man. Hey, we gonna do it in Costa Rica, man. If y'all ain't signed up, man. Get on board. This Costa Rica trip's gonna be a beast. But my man Silk, what up, brother? Good
Hey
morning
man,
to
I'm
you.
I'm gonna give him a shout out, man, because if you're on social media, the other night, I'd say about 10 o'clock Central Y time, this dude was beating the box on TikTok. I
Yeah.
mean,
Oh,
he was
Silk. If you
beating the
ain't never
box,
heard Silk
bro.
on the tables, man,
Oh
Silk is a
my God.
monster.
And dude, I was trying to go to sleep, man, because you remember, my timing is still off, man. So I'm still trying. I'm going to sleep and I see this dude. And now I'm up listening to this fool beating the box at 10 o'clock. So
Doing
they're,
his thing.
they're an hour ahead. I'm like, do you ever sleep, man?
Uh,
Well,
Hey, shout out to Silk, Linnell, our sister Linnell, Diva Leaves on Linnell checking in. What's up, sweetie? And new, happy belated birthday. We wasn't on the show last week to wish you happy birthday because you all were getting y'all Ali on over in Dubai, so we couldn't wish you happy birthday. But happy birthday, new.
hey,
Happy
you
belated birthday, new.
you see
Tiffany
her,
checked in. My
I
man,
dream a genie picture she put up
right,
and
right.
shit. Right.
My man Tank checked in. PG-13 checked in, man. Everybody checking in this morning, man. So let's
Man.
man, whenever you ready, man, let's get it started, man. Kevo and them will jump in when they get a chance.
Hey man, it's well to tell you the truth, man. The draft has been when we did our draft night party Thursday up at Output Lounge, where we had anybody that tuned
Oh, wait,
in
hold on.
showed
Before you
up.
start though. Hold on, before you start that. We gotta put some smoke in the air. We gotta put some smoke in there, man. I want to put some smoke in there for the Barber family. Our
Yeah,
SmokeFella brother, Tony Barber, lost his mom this week. Uh, prayers to you and the family, brother. We're here for you. We got your back, man. I hope all y'all say a prayer, for our brother, man. This is, it's got to be. I know it's tough on him, but hey, man, he a strong brother, and he won ours. He definitely won
right.
ours, man. We love you, bro. We got you.
Yes, shout outs to the family. Um, man, that's tough, man. Just set me
Yeah,
back for a minute, but um, yeah, man. Uh,
yeah.
as we were,
Just want to, yeah, man. We had to,
right, right,
got to show.
right.
That's our brother, man. For real.
Yeah, TB a good dude. His family has embraced us all and everything. So you know, much love to him
Yep.
and Trina out there, uh, brother and sister of the Leaf. So when you guys see him out there, man, just even if you don't want to say nothing, just give him a silent prayer. You know?
Yep.
Man, uh, what is Silk out here saying, man? I sleep,
He's
but I'm gonna wait for the Knicks to get their recognition. Man, boy, if you don't go sit down with these New York teams, that's gonna disappoint you. But it's okay. We'll get to NBA shortly, and we'll get to the 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 Roger Jets shortly too. So stay on, Silk, so we can chat it up. But man, the draft, man, we was at Output, did a live draft party up there, man. It was cool, you know. But as we were talking about the draft, man, once you hit three on down, it was like hills and valleys. You ain't know what to expect. It was trading back, man. There was so much going on. I think this has been one of the most. I can't remember a draft where it was so many trade backs and moves to the left where you didn't even know what a team was doing. Because hey, I won a stick from KDL on that number 4 Colts pick for Anthony Richardson, their
Anthony
quarterback.
Richardson.
Everybody was like, Will the thrill Levi's. He
Well,
Will the thrill for real. You
for
saw.
real.
If you know,
But
you know.
and that's the thing, man. That's why it's like it's. At first I was saying the draft thing is chess, but it's really poker. Like they leak stuff to the media, rumors out there. Every rumor we heard, at least 6 or 7 outlets said if Carter fell to 9, the Bears would definitely take him. And what did
It's
they
true.
do? So
It's true.
clearly he was never on their radar. And what you find out is that these organizations actually leak these rumors to throw
Hmm.
everybody off, right? So they leak these rumors to see who will bite and trade up and things like that. You remember Pace got duped for the Trubisky deal back in the day. Like he gave up all them picks to move up one slot, which was idiotic. But I mean, and you saw it clearly. Jalen Carter was never on their radar, never. And we've been hearing. Oh, they had him in for 2 or 3 interviews, and they still, when he was sitting right there, they traded back and took the guy they wanted to take the whole time. So while there's a lot of people in Chicago complaining about the pick, but that's who he targeted. This dude Darnell Wright is a monster, man. Even Will Anderson, Alabama, the guy that went number 3 to Houston after that big trade up, said he's the toughest tackle he ever played against, like the best tackle he's played against, and that says a lot coming from a DN like him. So he's a plug and play guy. I mean, this is what it's all about, man. Like, and that's what makes it that's the fun part of it, right? Like, damn, it's the draft, dude. Like the rumors, the mock drafts, who are always wrong. Mel Kiper and them. That's the best job in the world.
How are they keeping their jobs though, man? They be wrong as hell. But it's the excitement. It's the excitement. It's the excitement. But it's funny that you mentioned a minute ago that these organizations, they leak these stories, man. So it's an intern out there. It's an intern out there that go get coffee and all that. And while he's sitting out there, he's smoking. I'm gonna play this out for you. He out there smoking a cigar. Some reporters out there, and they was like, "Hey," he's like, "Yeah, I'm in the room with them. The Bears, they want Jalen Carter. They strong on him." And they be like, "For real?"
Wait. First you forget. You give me $100, I'll tell you what they thinking about.
Facts.
Facts. $100, I'll tell you what they thinking about.
Right. He get his money on. He get his hustle on out there, man. So I can see it all playing out, man. That's crazy. But I'll tell you one thing. Friday morning, I'm listening to sports radio, and the knock on Jalen Carter. Now, they said the the coaches didn't like him at all. And they didn't want to put it out there because they didn't want to, ruin the man's chances, his status and all that. But after the Eagles took him, it was coming out. Yeah. Nobody liked him. He take plays off. He don't practice hard. It was so much stuff coming out on him, man. It was like, dude, y'all didn't like the dude that bad at the school.
Well, that's the thing with that, as a college, you don't want to hurt future recruits by, shitting on somebody that's going into the draft. Like, that you wouldn't want to go there if they're gonna put that out there. But I mean, it was out there actually before that they said it without saying it. Something one coach, he was actually one of their defensive position coaches, said they don't know if he really loves the game. They don't know if he really loves the game. And I know what he was going through with the accident and everything, but the biggest cardinal sin in football, to me, is being out of shape. You come in out of shape, and he got to that pro day, he was like 10, 15 pounds heavier. He couldn't even finish the drills, nothing. Like, and so when I read that, and then everybody was saying how Poles and them were gonna take him out, he don't seem like a Poles guy to me. Like, and part of me wanted him because, looking at the tape and when he does play, he is, but realistically, he was never a Poles guy.
Yeah.
Poles like them hard hats. He ain't a hard hat, bro. He not.
Our looking at the tape and they're looking at the tape is, like the left and the right. Because when they looking at the tape, we looking at the highlights and stuff like that. They looking at the tape is, are you an every down guy? Are you taking plays off? How are you with your team? Are you picking them up when you're down? They peeling back the onion, as they say in management, peeling it all the way back and getting deep, trying to figure out, is this that guy? And just imagine the draft room at Hollis Hall, how many videos they watching. It's like it's like an FBI scene when they looking for a criminal.
The other part of it too is that's why they do the interviews. Is you really you got to figure out how is this dude, this young man gonna act once he get that bag? Is he gonna get the bag and Ja Morant out, or is he gonna, like how you gonna act? Are you gonna wild out? Are you gonna? So the thing is, if you wilding out before you get the bag,
Whoa, hold on.
I slid that in. You
It's
just
a term now.
I made that
Ja
up.
Morant.
Yeah, we're gonna Ja Morant it. Yeah.
It's a phrase now.
We're gonna turn to a thug. We're gonna go from Brady Bunch to Compton. Yeah, that's what we do. No, but and that's a big part of the process. You got to figure out, you got to get into this young person that's about to be a millionaire, get in his head and see what he's gonna do. One of the reasons, and I've been listening to every day for the draft thing. One of the reasons that Will Levis dropped, they said he was too cocky. One exec even said the bathroom selfies turned him off. Like the showing the muscles with the shirt off and all that. Social media turned him.
So he was being a diva?
Yes, they say he's arrogant. They said it's a sign. It's a sign of arrogance.
Hey,
that's
bro.
one of the reasons he fell is to the second round, like he did. And that's so. Think about that. Like this dude, all the measurables, college career okay, but you could develop him with the right coach. Big guy, could move, strong arm. He dropped, and a lot of it was because of his attitude and things like, man, all that gets looked at. And this ain't no race thing because Will Levis is a white guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So all that gets looked at, man. And that's important. So it's not just, this process isn't just about, he was great in college, so grab him. You got to look at every aspect of it, man. This dude about to be a millionaire.
Yeah, and for these young kids, man, for next year's draft, try to stay as polished as you can, during the process. Now, don't just be a basic cat. Now you want to show that you got some flavor, so you market yourself and all of that. But don't be cocky. Don't be an ass. Because remember, it's somebody always either on your heels or standing right next to you.
Somebody always
that can
watching.
do the job.
Somebody
that can do the job that
watching.
you do.
Yep.
You say it all the time. You don't pay running backs because guess what? Running backs come a dime a dozen. It's somebody that is a pound for pound hard runner. It's somebody that's quick. Somebody that can, that got speed. It's always somebody ready to take your spot.
I'll tell you another thing that's going to change the game, and we never thought about this. But when I really sat back and thought about this, if you're an NFL exec, you're going to look at how many times a kid go in the transfer portal. How many times you're in that transfer portal, bro? Like every year, like you can't beat nobody out, so you just gonna leave. Like that's like all that. I'm telling you, when you skin this thing back, they're gonna look at all that. Like how many schools you went to? You in the transfer portal? You went to 3 schools? Like, wait a minute.
Hey, you waited to the end of the month to drop a gem.
That's gonna get looked at.
You waited to the end of the month to drop a gem, Lefty. You waited to the end of the month.
I got to give you one going into the spring. I gotta give you one.
But you know what? It make a whole lot of sense when man, and we've been talking about the transfer portal heavy, and when if you can't work on your craft and earn your spot, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna go somewhere else. Now, if Kevin was on here, Kevin would be saying, coaches move when they want to move and all that. But this ain't what we talking about. We talking about if you get beat out. And Kev, we not talking about the 5th year senior that didn't put his 4 years in to school. We're not talking about that person that's saying, you know what, I gave you my 4 years. Now I want to go where I want to go.
We talking about all these kids leaving Colorado. We'll get into that later.
Whoa,
we're talking about kids like that. All these kids that's up and just leaving, because the one thing you want to do, even in corporate America, when the going get tough, are you gonna run or are you gonna tough it out? It's a characteristic thing. And when you look at that, kids constantly jumping, and this is where it hurts them. Yeah, they got the right to do it. It's all good. I get it. Coaches do it. I know me and Kev be arguing when he come on. We gonna probably argue, but they look at all that. It's a former NFL exec on YouTube. I can't think his name. I wish I would have wrote it down. But he does videos and he talks about it. He said, dude, they look at your parents' background. They look at your, I mean, they dig like it's damn near like trying to work for the feds. They look at your siblings. They look at if you were the middle child, the youngest child, the oldest child, like they break this shit down.
Man,
they break this shit down. When I think of that, I have it
that's
for y'all
like a
next
government
week.
background check.
Like look him up on YouTube, man. Former NFL exec. He talked about like the war rooms, and he's like, no, dude, they researched this. Like they did. It's damn near giving blood. Like we want to know everything about you. Man. They look at your whatever's available, family medical history, all that. It's real deep.
Well, it's big money getting thrown out there.
Mm-hmm.
Big money getting thrown out there.
And invest millions into you.
It's an investment.
Mm-hmm.
It is. And I mean, transfer portal, I get it, where kids they trying to get to the league. And if you're not playing and you sitting behind somebody, and sometimes it could just be, we just talk about the quarterbacks. You just might have that quarterback that's that dude that's in front of you. And y'all the same age. You're never going to play.
Yeah.
Unless it's in, blowout time. So maybe you will never beat him out. Or maybe it's the coach's son. And you're never going to beat him out. So you got to find another option. I get it.
Or as many of us have probably experienced in lifetime, anybody's ever played sports, maybe somebody that was highly recruited, and got all the hype, but you come in and you outplaying them, but they got to take this highly recruited guy because they didn't hype him up, they didn't promise his parents shit,
mm-hmm.
and that he's gonna do this, and you beat him out, and that is a good reason to move on. But when you look at it from the executive side, they only look at the like the top. They don't dig. They dig deep, but they only look at the top of it. Like you ran.
Right. You ran. They look at the surface and say, okay, this might not have been what it was, but it looked like you ran. It looked like you ran.
It looked like you ran. Right.
So it's a big money business, and really on damn near all levels now. I say when it comes to NFL, NCAA, travel teams, then you get to the high school. Yep. The travel teams have jumped to high schools now.
Well.
NBA, NCAA basketball, AAU, then high school. It's become a big money business. And
nice.
I don't like the AAU circuit. I just don't. It took away from kids learning the game, and now it's all about athletic kids. But those kids, a lot of them, when you get the X's and O's and you sitting in with the coach and run this play and all that, it go right over the head.
Unfortunately, though, it's here to stay.
Yeah.
You have to adjust to it. I think the difference with the NBA probably don't dig as deep as the NFL. I haven't heard any NBA execs ever come out and talk about it, but I think the NFL probably digs deeper than any league because it's a
but ain't that crazy though, man?
It's an average of 3 to 5 year career. It's
right
money on the line. It's not a guaranteed money. They don't guarantee their whole contract. They one of the only leagues that
honestly that should be flip flopped. It should be flip flopped.
You think the NBA would do it?
Right. And you're not promised guaranteed money in the NFL. I mean, you could get cut as soon as you walk on into the facility. You better go to the locker room or something. You got that intern sitting there smoking a cigar. Hey, before you go in, go up to the GM office. Huh?
Right.
Yeah, they wanted to see you. Now you taking that escalator up or the elevator up, thinking like, damn.
Exactly. Think about this. If LeBron James would have chose football over basketball, part of his assessment would have been based off his mother having him at 15 years old, a single mother. Like they would have used
KDL.
like they would have used stuff like that against him. Now just say he turned out just as great as he is in basketball, right? But just think they would have used that. The NBA don't go that deep. It's NFL execs that would have looked at that and probably passed up on him, drafting him because of shit like that. That's how deep this NFL shit is, man. This shit is strong, bro. It's strong. It's deep.
KDL 33, what's up with you, man?
Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all doing, man? I apologize for my lateness. I had a late night.
You was with me. It wasn't that late.
I know. I had a lot of mixed beverages, man, but I'm here, man. Let's do it.
Hey, Vernon, you like KDL. You late. We already talked about that at the beginning of the show. Vernon, if you're going to be on time, Vernon. You one of our faithfuls, baby. You had a long night, too, like KDL.
Well, in his defense, we've been late lately. As a show. We trying to do better, people. We trying to do better. We trying to do better. We're going to start 11 a.m.
I'll take personally today. I apologize for the day. That was on me.
But, Kev, we talking about the draft and how deep the NFL goes when they are looking at players, man. It's like a background check for, the feds, TSA, FBI, every government job.
Or working for Apple or Google.
I think they go too deep. It's about your performance on the field. The wonder leg, the background, I think it's too deep.
The wonder leg, I ain't heard none of that this year.
I think it's too deep. They go a little overboard with it. The main thing for the wonder leg is how quick. Hey, you're right. Whoever that Facebook user is, you're
Will.
right.
That's Will, folks.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
He was with us too.
Right, but he wasn't drinking it like I was. But neither here nor there. They go too deep with it. They want to process how fast you can process information, so they do the wonder leg, particularly for quarterbacks. But when the quarterback gets on the field, he balls out. Then it ain't about the wonder leg.
Well,
I'm gonna give y'all a perfect example. Didn't they trip off the wonder leg with Lamar Jackson?
They only use it against you. They don't use it in your favor.
Right.
They only when they want to hold something against you, they'll say his Wonderlic score was low. Like they'll say that,
true.
But they don't never say he had a high Wonderlic.
But I remember Josh Rosen had a high Wonderlic. What happened to Josh Rosen?
The game was too fast for him, I think.
Yeah.
So they go overboard with it, bro. Like the NFL want to know everything about you. So Jalen Carter dropped because he had a recent incident, right? So it was a character issue. They're really more concerned about that than they are your play on the field.
Actually, it was more than that, Kev.
Well, it was more than that, Kev. Before you came on,
he couldn't finish drills.
We talked about a lot of stuff that came out after the Eagles
that was a
selected
big part of why the Bears didn't take him. Like and then there's coaches in the background saying they don't know if he loves the game.
Right. He don't practice well. He don't practice well. He take plays off.
Yep.
And remember, with these NFL franchises, they trying to build a culture. And I don't care what nobody say, that Patriots culture is goals for a lot of teams. Over all these years, a lot of NFL franchises want that culture that they have in up there in Boston. I mean, it's a shit show right now, but hey, for years.
So they're saying Jalen Carter don't practice well. That's what his coaches said, right?
Well, to me, I think the deciding factor was that pro day. When he came in overweight and couldn't finish his drills, they said he quit in the middle of the drill.
Yeah.
That says a lot, man.
That's a turnoff.
That played a big part in him.
He should have just not had a pro day and not participated in the combine and just went on
He
went
went
on his college career.
He went to the combine, and 2 weeks later, he was out of shape or overweight or whatever. Now, he was going through a trial or whatever happened too. I'm not going to use that as an excuse. This your pro day. 2 weeks after the combine, you showed up heavier, right? You didn't. Okay, so I get it. That's a red flag. Okay, hold on, man. This dude ain't taking this serious. I get that because basically that's an interview for your job.
And you ain't even got the bag yet.
Technically, I would have thought it would have went reverse. You stress.
Clown your pro day.
But look at it like this. Stress make you lose weight. You thought you was finna do a bid, man. You thought you was finna go to jail. You should have came in underweight.
He gained weight like Zion Williamson. So 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, this dude gained weight. Okay, that's a red flag. I get it.
Hey, his stress relief was going through Taco Bell.
That means he wasn't
Taco Bell and burrito.
That means he wasn't working out or nothing. He was just eating.
Shout out to Fred Mack. He was getting that White Castle.
He was getting that White Castle on.
Hey, happy belated birthday, Mac, man. I got a stick for you, brother. I got a stick for you tonight. You come through.
Yes, sir.
Man, so
wait, Ben, I gotta ask Kev this. I know you're gonna go off. Before you jumped on, I don't know if you're listening. I talked about the NFL exec that he got a YouTube channel. I'll put his name out there throughout the week or next week. And he's a former NFL exec, and he says they go so deep, like they go into your parents, like what child you were you the middle child, the youngest child. Now, my theory, I think when you go that deep, you're looking at characteristics, traits. I think the transfer portal is going to hurt more athletes on that level than it will help, because if you're an exec and you breaking in characteristics down like that, they're gonna say when the going get tough, you run. So I wanted to give you a chance to rebuttal me. So I had to give you a shot. I had to give you a chance to rebuttal.
We already said what you was gonna say. Right. But go right ahead.
Y'all know I disagree with that. Y'all know I disagree with that.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Every transfer portal is not about running from a situation. We just had a woman, Louisville point guard, just left Louisville and went to LSU. She's not running.
We talking NFL. NFL breaks it down more than anybody, though.
But no. I'm using it as an example that the transfer portal is not about running from a situation. It's about business opportunities that the coaches have now, the players have. So if you are transfer, if you 4-year senior, your 5th year, because you got a year eligibility, you want to go transfer somewhere else. You want to win a title, let's say, whatever it is, or you want to be closer to home. You have a right to do that now. You're not running from every person is not running from a situation. So I disagree with that, because the transfer portal doesn't mean automatically running from a situation. The NFL need to worry about, I get the character issues. Should we pay this guy because he might get arrested? I get that part. But you shouldn't give a damn whether he's a middle child, a youngest child, or oldest child, who he ain't. You should give a damn about that. Can he perform on the field and help the team win? That's the most important thing.
Well, the other kid,
so let's stop all this,
is that you about to get this dude millions of dollars. How you gonna?
I get it. But
Joe, I was gonna bring.
How do we know what you do when you leave the facility?
Joe, I was gonna bring that up.
Hey, Lefty.
All these
giving it to you.
All those kids that went to transfer portal from Colorado. Now, how the NFL is gonna look at some of them dudes?
Yeah. Well, what you should be looking at is the coach. But we don't want to talk about that because he's God. Everywhere he go, he's God, right? But if that many people enter the transfer portal, you should be looking at the damn coach. We ain't gonna do that. We're gonna trip off the players that's leaving, right? It's always the players' fault. Mm-hmm. Never the coach, never the executive, never the NCAA, always the players. But the players have been given an opportunity that coaches have had all their damn life. We ain't gonna look at it like that, though.
They don't look at it like
players
that.
Leaving.
Hey,
Gotta be a
Lefty, would you
problem.
like to respond?
Players running. It's
Yes.
always the players. But it's never you never look at the other side of it.
To my friend, that's one of my best friends in the whole wide world, Tim Smith, who put this comment up about my apartment behind Arnie's in Harvey. He one of my best friends in the world because he got Notre Dame tickets. But after that, he could GFY.
Well, he had to mention Harvey because that's always on his mind. Just like LeBron is always on house man.
My boy.
Well, go ahead.
Tim, that's my boy. That's my man. That's my man. That's my boy.
Okay. Now, since we're talking about this whole Colorado thing, if everybody out there don't know what's been happening, they had their spring game. This is why this is kind of blew up. They had their spring game, and during the spring game, players left the field, and a lot of those players that left the field hit the transfer portal the very next day. Their top wide receiver, had 150 yards in the spring game, and hit the portal. Hit the portal. Now, also the caveat on that is these players that's in the transfer portal can't get their practice tape because they saying Prime
holding it up. He
won't give it up.
I wonder why.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's. Go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all know how I feel. I told y'all when he left Jackson State. Charlie, want to listen to me. Go ahead.
Let's go.
Go ahead, Lucky. Let's hear your verse.
It's on you. No, I'm giving it to you. You
get
it off. Get yours off.
I told y'all this dude is an egomaniac. And when he left Jackson State, he told everybody, if I ain't swag, who's swag? And the first opportunity he got to leave, he left. And everybody praised him. Well, he did his job. He did everything he could do. This is the opportunity, right? Now he go to that opportunity, and you are depriving kids. Not only they get in the transfer portal, but they can't get the tape of it. What you holding the tape for, dog? Why are you holding their tape? Answer that. Somebody should ask him that in a press conference. Why are you holding their tapes? They're gone. You didn't give a damn. You let them go. You probably encouraged.
Like Joe said, he told them to transfer. He told them it might not be for them.
Okay.
So if you told them to transfer, obviously the other coaches need their tapes. Why are you holding their tapes, bruh? Because you all about everybody being successful, right? Everybody being right.
Hey, Kev. Back in my day playing.
Who was that?
The athletic AD got control of the tapes, bro.
I agree with that. But the head coach has a lot to do with it too. Ultimately, you're right. The AD controls all that because that's who they call to get it.
Right.
But ultimately, the coach has a lot to do with it too. I experienced that. His name was Sam Camelli. And if you watch it right now, I don't give a damn how old you are. GFY.
Damn.
But I experienced that. Shout out to Tracy Webster.
Damn. PTSD.
Carry on.
The other side of that though is most ADs, they won't overstep their coaches because the coaches run the whole program. So they're like, hey, that's on you.
Now that's
like most ADs, when you call them, they be like, hey, call Dion. Call Dion.
That's my point.
I ain't trying to deal with that.
You call the AD to get it. Yeah, but the coach ultimately control. You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
I was looking real deep into this whole situation where they show stats for the top Colorado players, the QB, the running back, the QB, cornerbacks. And when they showed the top players and their stats from last year, it's some high school kids that got better stats than these kids. And that's why their record was atrocious. So man, as a coach coming in, you got to better your team. So now I'm not defending Prime. Don't. I'm not trying to defend them.
That's totally unfair. That's totally unfair to the players. Maybe their stats are trash because the coach's system was garbage.
Right.
True.
What about that?
So
automatically the players.
Right. So to me, to go back to Joe's point, like blaming the coach, if when you come in and send that message, this program might not be for you. I think that was wrong.
Like, I told y'all that.
Those kids should have had a fair chance to keep their jobs. Just like he should have said, all he should have said to them was, y'all gonna have to compete to keep your spot. Not come in and say, this might not be for you. He came in.
And I encourage y'all to enter the portal.
He came in arrogant.
And he should have said,
well,
I got baggage.
He wasn't
bringing players. Y'all might want to know. Things are going to change. He should have said something to that effect.
But he wasn't.
Didn't even meet the kids. Had never seen them. Never seen them practice.
Came
right in. I told y'all that when he did it.
But don't you think
because he pride.
It might be kind of hard to play for Deion.
Hold on, breaking news. The Bears are picking right now at 115, and their selection is
Roshan
Johnson, running back from Texas. They went to the running back side. Okay.
Yeah, they could have kept Montgomery, but go ahead.
Not for $6 million. We good.
Why not?
You about to pay this dude $200,000 a year.
Right. And Kev, before you got on, we kind of talked about that, okay, right now, got Darnell Wright, Javon Dexter, Tariq Stevenson, Zach Pickens.
They got 2 defensive tackles, so I'll give y'all that.
So out of their 4,
grab another offensive lineman.
Hey, first round, 1 person. Second round, 2. 1 in the third, 90 in the fourth. All right, okay.
So far they drafted an offensive tackle, 2 defensive tackles, a cornerback, and now a running back. So they just adding depth.
Y'all want to grab another offensive lineman?
And looking at the analysis, like the people that analyzed the picks, like 3 of those guys, they got down as day 1 starters.
Hey, their war room is excited in the war room, baby.
Now the offensive tackle y'all drafted first is definitely starting.
Well, they say the kid from Florida, Javon Dexter. They said definitely a day 1 starter, and that corner Tariq Stevenson from Miami. They say day 1 starters. So you get 3 day 1 starters.
Now remember, we got a whole lot of positions that they needed to beef up.
Draft. You get 3 day 1 starters. That's a good draft.
But back to Deion, I'm just saying he could be very difficult to play for because his expectations.
I've been telling you this the whole way, man. But y'all didn't want to listen to me, man, because y'all was Team Prime. I told y'all that from the time he got to Jackson State, from the time he left, all that.
I won't say we was Team Prime, but you couldn't shit on the man for what he accomplished at Jackson State, and that's what we had. That's what we were having beef at.
I never did. But what I told you was he sold him a dream. And the first opportunity he got, he bounced and left them people. Now you say, well, what can he do, man? Everything was messed up, man. Prime, right? But you sold him a dream the way you went down there. And then you abruptly left. Now you're in Colorado. 3-4 months in, everybody hitting the transfer portal. That's not a good look, man. You can keep this Team Prime stuff all y'all want. That's not a good look. And then when you combine it with what you holding their taste for, dog? What's the purpose of that?
Is it possible?
So it's not a good look.
We knew that was going to piss you off, Kev.
You knew that.
Is it possible that maybe Deion Sanders, the character, the image is so big? It's like he's always been boisterous. He's always been shining. Is it probably he's too big for that type of role in dealing with college kids? Like even like for all the attention to go to Jackson State, which nobody ever looked at from a football perspective until he got there. And he hasn't been he's not the first one to take an HBCU and dominate it. Eddie Robinson did it for years at Grambling, right? But Prime, just who he is so big. But he comes and he kind of reflects that on kids. And it may be too big, it may be a little too much. The expectations, it's always cameras around. It's like, the focus, it like everything follows Deion, but he made it like that. since his playing days. It's always been about Deion.
He don't shy away from the camera. Ultimately, it's all about him. It's all about him at Jackson State. It's all about him now. And ultimately, when either another opportunity comes up, or let's say he fails, which a lot of people don't see that. But let's just say he fails at Colorado. It won't be his fault. It's gonna be, maybe I recruited the wrong players. It ain't the system.
Well,
I gave him the best they can get.
Honestly,
it ain't gonna never be about. It's always about him in some way.
It's gonna be hard for him to fail because the record they had over the last 2 to 3 years, if he can get them to 500, that's a success.
Bro, half his team just left. So
I mean, he got a couple of cats in too, though. But
he did. He got a bunch of cats in.
He for damn sure can recruit. I never not give him that. Oh, he can recruit. He'll say your dream right in your living room. And had the parents thinking, "Oh my God, yes, you got to go with him," right?
Right.
But just watch it. It's all about Deion, dog.
So
and if somebody wants him to be an assistant coach in the NFL, let's just say, I'm just making this up. Let's just say he'll leave Colorado in a heartbeat.
So, but that's and that's what I talk about with his persona, because he's not the first former NFL player. Eddie George coaches Tennessee State. Doug Williams was at Grambling for a while. I don't know if he stayed there or not, but so he's not the first former. But how many of those cats got that spotlight like when Deion came? His persona carries it carries like
a lot of weight.
He goes.
He got a lot of weight.
Yeah, everywhere he
I
goes.
agree with all that, man. That's what makes it more ridiculous. You got all that weight, and you the man. Everybody loves you, brother. They listen to you. Every time you speak, it's the word of God.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and shift gears here. Let's talk about the bag that your man signed. Now, if you don't know who I'm talking about Lamar Platts Jackson.
Ashton Jackson, baby.
Platts. We're going to call him Platts for short. So, this has gone on for months. No agent. You can't talk to him. I mean, you can't talk to his people. You got to talk directly to him. It was a shit show. We all know this. Now, he ended up signing 185, right?
Guaranteed.
Right. 185 guaranteed.
He got over 200.
He still came in behind Deshaun. He came in behind Murray,
which is ridiculous.
And
he got the highest average though. He had 52 million.
He should have never been. Still, he should have never been below Murray.
The whole thing was he wanted to be fully guaranteed, number one paid, and then all of a sudden now you're number three. What the hell was the big ass hold up?
I personally think it had to be the years, because if you settle for under 200 million, which is the rumor was you wanted at least 200 million guaranteed, and you settle for 185, and you settle to be under Murray, then that must not have been the issue. Money. It had to be the years. Maybe they was giving you 3 years because we don't trust your health, and he wanted 5. Because if you listen to his Instagram video, 5 years, we here. 5 years, let's go. We here for the next, right? I think it was the years. It had to be. Because remember, everybody was like, nah, he wants 200 million, 200 million, 200 million. You settled for 185 guaranteed, which was under Murray, which is ridiculous.
Well,
I would have never settled for under Murray. I would have settled for under Watson.
Joe brought up my point before I could. Baltimore needs to call Jalen Hurts' agent, the young lady, and thank them, because that, like Joe said, it reset the market. Like, so he was basing his negotiations off Deshaun Watson. Right. But after Jalen Hurts got his money, it brought the market back down to reality. And now you got to negotiate from that. And Jalen Hurts, even though it's a shorter time he's played, he's been to a Super Bowl. So now if you're the team, you say, hey, look, this dude, you ain't won a playoff game. I don't think. I don't think Lamar's won a playoff game. He won one
playoff game.
I mean, maybe one. Okay, this dude just went to a Super Bowl.
But Jalen Hurts ain't never been an MVP, bro. Right, he ain't never been an MVP after the second year.
Right,
ever.
but
MVP ain't getting you this.
But when you were on negotiations,
right, but Jalen Hurts ain't got it either.
This is what he got. So let's
negotiate
based off what
MVP.
But Jalen Hurts ain't got a ring either. The difference is, here's the difference y'all missing. The difference is this. When it was time to pay Jalen Hurts, when he became eligible, Philadelphia did it. When it's time to pay Joe Burrow, Cincinnati is going to do it. When it's time to pay Herbert, they're going to do it. When it was time to pay Josh Allen, they're going to do it, or they did it. When it was time to pay Patrick Mahomes, they did it. When it was time to pay Lamar Jackson, Baltimore didn't do it. That's the difference here.
The problem was that they tried, but the Deshaun Watson contract was so ridiculous.
No, they had a chance to no.
But he was basing his contract off that.
No, sir.
Deshaun got that last year.
They had a chance to sign Lamar Jackson before Deshaun Watson got that deal. Deshaun Watson was still in Houston when Lamar Jackson became eligible. Baltimore fumbled it and didn't do it. They let it get here.
But that's
how the Deshaun Jackson, Deshaun Watson contract came into play.
Hey, Kev, he did. Now, hey, Kev, let's be honest. Once they tagged him and said, teams, y'all can come for him if y'all want. Everybody forgetting. Teams was like, we don't want none of this.
No, so, if he'd had an agent, he would have had
Kev. They put him out there. Nobody bit.
Because they knew he didn't have an agent. That's why they did it. It was business.
No. It wasn't about not having an agent. Nobody was going to touch him with a 10-foot pole, bro.
Because they couldn't talk to him. He didn't have an agent.
They talked to him.
Baltimore knew. Baltimore, watch this. Let me see if y'all agree with this. Baltimore knew that wasn't nobody going to touch him because he didn't have the access to other teams. He didn't have an agent at the combine running around filling the market. He couldn't literally call 32 teams. Him and his mom. They couldn't do that. So you know why they put him out there like that? Because they knew he wasn't going to get no offers because couldn't no team talk to him because he didn't have an agent. So they knew. They knew that.
Yeah, that's a small part of it. The biggest part was the NFL as a whole, the owners and everything.
The shield.
When that Deshaun Watson contract, they were not going to let that be the standard.
I agree with that.
They were not going to let that be the standard. And so they
I agree with that.
Collectively they said, ain't none of us giving him that. If that's what he want, we ain't not trading for him. We're not even going to try to negotiate with him.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The NFL wanted the market reset. And
agree.
So as a whole, that's why the NFL owners as a whole, that's the strongest ownership group in the world.
I agree with that. I agree with the blackballing point y'all trying to get with. Right. I agree with that. But what I'm also saying is he couldn't himself because he didn't have an agent to filter and get the field of teams. He didn't have that. So when they put him out there, first of all, it was disrespectful for $32 million. You top franchise him. You don't low franchise him. That's a franchise quarterback.
Right. That's how
no quarterback would have got a $32 million franchise tag. They would have got the top franchise tag because we don't want nobody negotiating with him. We want him. That was disrespectful. Ain't nobody even looking at that part. Neither here nor there. Right. What I'm saying is they knew he personally, him and his mama, wasn't going to call 32 other teams. So they put him out there, see what you can get. But they knew he didn't have a market because he didn't have an agent. He didn't have nobody to build the team. Agent talk at the combine, bro. He didn't have nobody talking for him at the combine.
If you're an NFL MVP and you that dude, you ain't got to call nobody. They calling you.
Okay.
They're calling you.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But you know, if they call you, they're really calling your agent. And he didn't have an agent. He didn't have ain't no team gonna reach out to his mama. No disrespect to him.
If they want him, why
teams would have reached out to his agent and kind of got a feel. They're not gonna reach out to his mama. The Ravens knew what they did because they knew him and his mama wasn't going to call 32 teams, dog. He didn't have an agent for them to communicate with.
Kev,
There would have been an agent communicating at the combine.
What the Ravens knew, Kev, is that they collectively already said that Deshaun Watson's contract is not going to be. We're not setting the market based off that. All teams probably called it. The owner of Cleveland said, "You idiots!
Yeah,
y'all messed it up. So let's fix
it." They're still pissed off at Cleveland.
Nobody. We're not doing that.
Listen, turned it into the box. In the box, baby.
I agree with that.
And so what Baltimore did, they said, "Go out there and see. Go out there and see," knowing nobody. And nothing about the agent, knowing nobody was going to give him a fully guaranteed contract.
But they also put him out there knowing that he wasn't going to get the chance to talk to 32 teams because he didn't have a damn agent.
Is that their fault?
Y'all missing this, man. Y'all missing the point. Baltimore did that on purpose.
Is that their fault? Because
I'm just saying they knew the outcome. It ain't their fault. No, it's not.
His demand was too high. Nobody's going to give him a fully guaranteed contract.
Bruh, he couldn't even talk to teams. No teams would talk to his mama. They're not licensed. So they put him out there. He didn't have no negotiation. Let me tell y'all this. If they would have put him out there the same way and had he had an agent, some teams would have hollered him. Now, whether it would have worked or not, you can't say that. But some teams would have hollered at him because he had an agent to go through. He didn't have that. Y'all can't stumble over that, y'all. That's a major factor.
Kev, he's not the only NFL player that does Roquan have an agent? I don't think Roquan got an agent.
No.
I don't think
nobody give a damn about Roquan. This is the starting quarterback.
He don't have an agent.
Nobody give a damn about Roquan. That's why he got his money.
Give a damn, but he got $100 million.
I'm talking about a starting quarterback.
He got $100 million, but nobody gave a damn.
If Herbert didn't have an agent, he got some calls.
If what he was asking for was reasonable, if what he's asking was reasonable, yes, it'll be a million teams calling for him.
But apparently it wasn't about the $200 million because he accepted less than $200 million.
Because he wasn't getting the $200 million. That's why it ain't about the $200 million. He wasn't getting it from nobody. Nobody was giving it up.
Why the hell would he accept under Kyler Murray's money? Please answer that.
Because his yearly average is higher. He's the highest,
so
$52 million a year. So the trade-off was less guaranteed money, but you get a higher per year average. Lamar can still play out all 5 of them years. He's a quarterback. If he balling, it don't matter when the guaranteed money up, they ain't gonna let him go if he's still balling out. So he gonna get that full thing.
He should have never accepted anything under Kyler. He should have been under Watson, because like you said, that's a brush off contract. That'll never happen in the history ever again.
Hey, Kev.
But he should damn show guaranteed money been over Kyler Murray. That should have been his stipulation.
Per year he makes more
this man
than
set for life?
It don't matter per year. His guarantee should have been more than
Kyler Murray per year. He's a quarterback. He makes more.
Is he set for life?
But his guaranteed money should be more than him. Right or wrong?
Hey, Kev, is the man set for life?
They all set for life.
So it's nothing else.
His guarantee be more than Kyler Murray? Somebody answer that question.
You know what, Kev? I would give you that argument if it was a running back, a receiver, but the likelihood of a quarterback being cut after his guaranteed money up, a quarterback of his caliber, is highly unlikely. He's going to get all that money as long as he stays healthy.
I'm asking a simple question. Should his guaranteed money been more than Kyler Murray? Yes or damn no?
Trade-off. It should have been, but the trade-off was we'll make you the highest paid NFL player per year in history, yearly average. Now take a little less on the guarantee side, but you gonna get it.
I'm not taking less than Kyler Murray. I'm not.
But he makes more than
I'm not.
You talking about peanuts.
So what? He make more money annually, yearly.
Man.
That's cool. But I'm talking about my guarantee needs to be more than Kyler Murray.
Hey,
I'm not accepting anything less than that.
Hey, Kev, our man DJ Silk, he back on. So let's go ahead and talk about these Jets. And they finally got their man. They finally got their man in Aaron Rodgers. So let's talk about it, man. Dude shows up to the press conference. He's all in. He's saying all the right things. And the fact that he showed up barefoot, but that's, as Kev say, it's neither here nor there. So where does this put the Jets? in the AFC. Lefty.
Still behind the Buffalo Bills. Period. They better shoot for the wild card because they're still not better than the Bills. Here's why I don't like this. Silk, I'm glad you're back. This is why I don't like this. The Jets have a lot of talent, good young talent. History has proven that Aaron Rodgers does not work well with younger guys, with young players. He's not a mentor type. So to bring him into your locker room, I think will do more damage than it will help. He's not going to come in there on some old, okay, guys, get behind me. Let's hang out. Let me teach you guys something. He going to come in there like his barefoot ass did and say, I'm Aaron Rodgers. If you drop a ball, I ain't going to throw it to you no more. If I don't like you, I'm not throwing you the ball. I'm going to try to have you removed. I wouldn't be shocked if he retires after 1 year. That Jets locker room will be a mess this year with Aaron Rodgers in it.
Kev, before you go, also throw in, what about that 65% of the snaps clause that's in the contract? Well, that was in the trade where they get the first round if he doesn't play 65% of the snaps, but if he does, they get a second round pick. That's strong. I ain't never seen that.
I think that's wild, and Green Bay pulled the biggest heist of the century by getting that. But I will say this. While I agree with Lefty, because Aaron Rodgers is a known asshole, but he's in a new situation. He's going to try to prove himself. So I'm going to take the other angle on this. He's going to try to prove himself. And he knows he can't come in there and the rookie of the year wide receiver, the running back who's coming back, the offensive line, the defense, like the Jets got talent, bro. I'm not saying they Super Bowl worthy.
A lot of young talent.
You can't come in there being Aaron Rodgers. This ain't Green Bay. They're not going to let you do that in New York, brother. Not in New York. So you're not going to pick and choose who you throw the ball to. You're not going to, oh, he dropped the ball. I'm not going to throw him the ball for the next 8 weeks. Not in New York. No, sir. You're going to be Aaron Rodgers, sir. We brought you in here. We gave up the farm. We waited. We gave up the farm.
You're
going to be Aaron Rodgers, sir. Or you're going to get the hell out of here.
They didn't give up a lot for him, really.
Bro,
because they taking on that $50 million a year contract.
They are, but it's only 2 years. We only got 2 years left.
Well, so I'll tell you this.
And Green Bay is paying half of that this year. So New York really ain't in.
Right.
He came into the press conference and said that he's showing up for every training camp. You know, the workouts. He said he's going to be there because he want to build chemistry and all of that. He said all the right things.
How many times y'all lied to interviews?
I know, but it wasn't his typical Aaron Rodgers, Karen Rodgers asshole move. He didn't come in an asshole move.
Because it's a fresh start for him. And he has to, and I think he's gonna come out and ball because he's gonna be like, y'all was ready to get rid of me. Let me show you what I can do. And let me show y'all what I can do with this young talent. Right. So whoever I forgot his name, but dude balled out. He's rookie of the year, wide receiver.
Yeah.
They got a running back that's coming back that balled. They got a defense. They got a defense. Like the Jets got talent. Now, will they beat Buffalo to Lucky's point? Probably not. But they're gonna beat them at least once. Will they win a division? Probably not.
Well, like my man Tim said,
they're gonna beat them at least once.
Buffalo,
they're gonna beat them at least once. So Buffalo won't sweep them.
Negro Damas.
But they're not ready.
They have a small drop off, man.
Were they ready to jump up and win a division?
I would say a small drop off this year, man. I'm telling y'all.
Who?
Not small enough to lose.
Talk about Buffalo?
Yeah. They're gonna step back enough to lose that division.
The problem with the division is Buffalo ain't kingpins. We put Buffalo on a pedestal every year, and what do?
Right.
So let's stop that. But I will say they division, Buffalo, Miami, and then the Jets. They're over New England automatically. But Miami is going to be a problem. Miami is loaded. Miami is going to be a problem.
Miami is loaded.
So the problem is they division. You got to go through Miami and Buffalo.
Well, okay.
That's the problem in their division.
Miami, they kind of in a state of disarray.
Man, Miami is loaded. Stop it. Miami is loaded, brother.
Who's throwing the ball? That
Well,
matters, Kev.
if Tua don't get another concussion, they good. But one concussion,
But I'm just saying that's
team is
a
down
huge
the tank.
if, man.
If they lose
Most important
Tua, it's over.
position is an if.
The NFL is a big if. If anybody get hurt, it's a wrap. So let's not go into it talking about if they lose him. Everybody is a wrap.
But
so let's not do that. If you lose your starting quarterback, everybody loses.
After last year,
don't do that, man.
I'm not even talking about the fear for that young man with what he went through last year, bro.
I get it.
It's an if.
But he's healthy right now, and he's attempting to play. If he gets hurt in the first game, then it is what it is. Miami should have a backup plan, and
Miami should have a hell of a backup.
They got to have a backup plan. That's on Miami.
Hell of a backup waiting.
Right now, they don't.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's on them. Do your due diligence. That's on Miami. But he contemplated retirement. Anytime that's in your mind, Miami should say, "Whoa, hey, we got to, let's find a quarterback." Like they have to do their due diligence, knowing that if he ain't never got a hit, he gets slammed on his head one time, and he woozy. You got to have a backup plan, Miami. You got everything else. You got wide receivers, running backs, defense. You got everything. So they're low.
So Kev, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Remember after Paul George broke his leg in the USA game?
Yes.
That when he got healthy and came back, he was not the same player because he would not test that leg like he normally would. It took him a while. So
took him a year.
Don't you think this is going to affect him being a little shell shock in the pocket? As soon as somebody get close, he may just go down. He may go down.
I agree with you that he's going to be scared to get hit. I agree with you. He's going to be scared to get hit. That's going to be obvious because it's in the back of your mind, man. If I take one more hit, I might be done. So it'll be in his head. I agree. But if you like in the NFL, bro, and Damani, attest to this. You can't play football scared.
No, you can't.
Like you have to play, and whatever happens, happens. If you out there timid and you, I want to drop back, I don't want to run, I don't, right? You're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt doing that.
Hold on, Kev. Gandy, Bridgewater gets hurt in the huddle. He ain't never been hurt. You can't bank on
Bridgewater. That ain't
no good contingency plan. Bridgewater.
Well, I'm telling you,
I forgot about Bridgewater. He's the backup.
He was last year. I don't know if he's still.
I forgot about. No. Hey, they just signed Mike White from the Jets. They just signed Mike White.
Now that's a decent plan.
Okay.
Bridgewater got hurt last year.
I forgot about that. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. They better give him the most the best retrofitted helmet ever seen in this day and age.
I can tell you exactly what's gonna happen with Tua. Even he's gonna get concussed, but he's gonna play it off like he's not, and that's dangerous.
No, they're gonna be watching them, bro.
I know they're gonna watch, but like you said, in the back of your mind, you know, if it's any signs of a concussion, they pulling you, and you want to stay in there, you're gonna play it off. Anybody play football? Shout out to Big House, aka Big Fella, aka Moonshine Millhouse. That's his new name. That's
my man.
Moonshine Millhouse. Now.
My man.
Moonshine fella.
Moonshine. So
hey, House, bring it back tonight.
And anybody that can attest to play football, you've been concussed a million times. You get concussed damn near like 40% of the time. You see them white spots. That's a concussion. It may not be a severe concussion, but it's a concussion. He can't get a slight concussion, so he's gonna play it off every time.
But they got people specifically watching him.
But he's gonna do whatever he can to show no signs of a concussion, and that's dangerous for him.
And the thing is, remember that
I agree with that.
They didn't know it until 3 days later.
Right, because he wanted to stay on the field.
That's because he showed up. He showed up to the facility eating Cheerios with no milk in the locker room.
They have to watch him. You don't get up on the tackle and say, "I see white spots, coach. I need to sit for a second." No, you go back into the huddle. So you're right. They're gonna have to watch him. They're gonna have to watch him real close.
I'm not talking about him getting directly hit. I'm talking about him getting slammed on his head. I'm talking about somebody landing on his head. The slightest, you just said it, the slightest thing.
Hey,
take him back there.
They got to pull him.
But they're gonna have so many people watching him
right now.
And when he comes to the huddle, talking about, hey dog, we're gonna run McDonald's, Wendy's left. Like somebody gonna be like, hey dog, you good? like they gotta the team gotta watch him, the staff, everybody gotta watch him.
I called plays in the huddle where everybody was like, what? What's that? Oh, wait a minute. Time out.
Hey, instead of HUD 23, he gonna be like chicken nugget, barbecue sauce.
No, again, I'm not saying Bridgewater's a bad quarterback. I was just replying to Gandy that he's not reliable. He gets hurt a lot. He came in last year and got hurt by the second or third game he was in there. He got hurt again. Bridgewater's been hurt every year he plays. He's not reliable. You need somebody that's reliable, but that Mike White pickup is a good pickup.
That's a good pickup.
Damn good pickup.
Yeah.
So basically, we were talking about their backup plan. Basically, that's their backup plan.
That's their backup plan. Yeah.
Mike White.
Yeah, that's not a bad backup plan.
Yeah, I want to switch over to the NBA, man. We in our second hour. We talked NFL draft. We talked about some NFL, news and stuff. Hey, it's playoffs, NBA right now. But before we get into the actual games, I kind of want to throw some things out there. What do you do if you the GM? And Kev, I'm coming to you first, and then Lefty. What do you do if you the GM for the Clippers with Kawhi and George? Now, before you go, there is rumors all over social media that Lou and the front office are like oil and water. He is going against anything that if the front office says the sky is blue, he's saying no, it's red, and you can't tell me different. We're going to do what I want to do. I'm going to play 3 guards. This is me. Fuck y'all, period. So we all know the Clippers has been a shit show for years, since we were teenagers. And now, once again, it's a shit show. You the GM, Kev, what do you do?
I'm going to tell you what I would do, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Is that fair?
Let's go.
So what I would do is break it up. I'm sick of Kawhi. Great player, can't stay healthy. His knees are now degenerate. Paul George, I love you, but bruh, you can't stay healthy. Russell Westbrook, I know you want to be in LA, but I'm not re-signing you, dog, because you're going to ask for a contract that doesn't fit you at 34 or 30, or having the hell of your age is. I'm breaking it up. I'm the new owner. I've sat here and watched this. You guys can't stay healthy, dog. It is what it is. I tried it. I gave y'all money. We was the hottest thing in town outside of the 17-time champions. We was the hottest team in town, dog. We tried it. It just ain't gonna work. But here's what's gonna happen. They're gonna keep them together. I don't think they're gonna bring back Westbrook, because Westbrook is gonna find an opportunity to go play somewhere where he can play all the damn time. I don't think he flourishes like he's doing now if Paul George and Kawhi is healthy. Remember, he flourishing alongside
Terrence, man.
Kawhi. Paul George ain't there. Paul George gets back. Westbrook don't have that freedom. So I think he's going to go somewhere, find him a home. And he deserves it. He can still play. But they're moving into a new stadium next year. Got to have star power. For that reason alone, they're not going to break them up. I think they should, but they're not going to break them up, because you can't move into a new stadium and you don't have elite stars on your team that people are going to come out and see. So I don't think they break them up. And they stuck with Kawhi and Paul George, I believe, like 2 more. I think 2 more years.
2 to 3 more years.
2, I think it's 2. They stuck with them. So really, you can't. I mean, how you gonna trade them? Like, what are you gonna like? They kind of stuck.
I think 1 more year, because they
1 more year,
4-year deals. They've been there 3 years.
Yeah, but they got
okay. So they stuck with them both.
They got I think they got a 5th-year option
Option
between them, and they
got a player option.
opt in. They can opt in So I think that's why it's 2 years.
Let's just count the guarantee. So they got basically 1 more year together. They stuck, right?
Right.
Okay. You got to keep them together. As painful as that to say, you got to keep them together because you're moving into a new stadium, and they all you got.
Do
you
agree
made this
with
bed, you got to lie in it, dog. You can't jump out. It's too late. You're in it. So if you're Balmer, you're gonna be pissed off, but you in it. Like you laid in this bed. It was either gonna work or not. Real quick before you go, Lefty. Ty Lue. You know why he's really mad? Because he know he's stuck with guys that ain't reliable. And that ain't him, man. He's pissed off. So the organization is coming at him one way, and he's saying, like you said, man, skip y'all. I need to do it my way or get rid of these dudes. That's what he really wants to say. But he know he's handcuffed and he can't do it. He's stuck with guys that he can't rely on. He load management a dude the entire year. And come playoff time when you need him, he still can't stay up. Ty Lue is pissed off about that.
Lefty?
Go ahead, Lefty, my bad.
There are 2 things guaranteed in life. We all gonna die, and the Clippers gonna clipper.
Clippers don't clipper, baby.
That's what it is. The Clippers gonna always clipper. I agree with Kev. They should break it up, but they won't. I think they'll give another shot. You know, they hanging their hat on beating the Lakers 11 straight times, all that. They think that's their crown jewel. That's their crowning moment that they beat LA 11 times. But only thing that matters is the Lakers in the second round. And where they at, Kev? Where the Clippers at?
Cancun.
Cancun, baby.
1, 2, 3, Cancun, baby.
It don't matter how many
Hey,
times
KDL, they switching up this year. They hitting Cabo.
They stepped it up. But that's you know. So I agree with Kev, and they've invested so much money into this core. You know, you done paid them 3 years now. Like they'll see what's gonna happen. Breaking news: DeAndre Swift traded to the Eagles.
Yeah, I was just about to tell y'all that.
I told y'all that he was gone. He was gone.
Eagles is stacking it, baby. But
there they go again, stacking.
They have to stack because they lost so much.
Yeah,
they lost a lot of key.
You had Sanders in the building. Why are you trading for Swift?
Yeah.
Two-headed monster.
Somebody answer that.
Yeah, it's
two-headed monster.
You know, and like you say, when you load manage, and this is where that hurts Kawhi, that load management. Because when you do have to play consecutive, your body is not used to it.
Ain't used to it.
And
right.
now you
used to it.
And now you went out there resting half the season, and then you got a torn meniscus after 1 or 2 games. You torn
2 games. And
so
he played the last 5, 6 games, if you remember.
Yeah,
he played towards the end of the year.
He did. And so
get himself into game shape.
Yeah, I mean that's another thing, and so they give it 1 more year, and then they tear it down. They go back to being the Clippers. Like I said, they're gonna, they'll be, especially in the season, they'll be competitive because they got some talent, but that's not the first. It's not the first team. Remember Lob City? Remember Lob City? Remember
they had talent. Yeah,
they've always they've had some squads.
Jordan. Griffin.
But the Clippers are gonna clipper. It's just
the Clippers gonna clipper, and that's why I tell people every year. Your pride and joy is beating the Lakers. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Every year. Now you can blame this on injury this year. Okay, that's the excuse. Lob City lost to Chris Paul now. Up 3-1, lost. Like the Clippers are gonna clipper.
Well, Chris Paul can stay healthy over there.
So right, well, his hamstring was one of them little bitty rubber bands they put on the little babies' braids.
His hamstrings ain't shit.
So all right, now let's switch it up now.
Hey, Stetson Bennett went to the Lions, but go ahead.
What's your take on Udoka getting picked up by the Rockets?
Go ahead.
Great pickup. I think he's a hell of a coach. It's a damn shame that this kid that stepped in is about to get his Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr on, and possibly take that team to a championship and get all the credit for it. Udoka's a great coach. I thought he probably should have held out for that Toronto job because Toronto still has some talent over there. Toronto, I think Houston, they got a couple of young cats, but I think they real far off now. If they look up and get the number 1 pick and get the big kid from overseas, they could be a problem. But I'm just glad. I'm just glad he didn't get the Mark Jackson treatment as blackball. I'm happy about that. So for him getting the job, I think is a good thing because I was nervous after he was supposed to get the Brooklyn job, and everybody said
it was too soon.
Right, and they came out talking against him, and they were going to protest and all this.
Yeah, it was too soon.
I thought he was going to get blackballed, so I'm happy for him that he's getting another shot. Hopefully, he can keep his draws up and stay out them exec wives.
Whoa.
Hopefully, he can stay out their panties, man. Like you got to zip it up.
I agree with that, and I agree with that. And he's going to Houston where massage parlors is all over the place,
and strip clubs,
and the rumor is James Harden is coming back, so it might get ridiculous. But here's the thing. He accepted some work sex that's offered to half of America every day.
Did you say work sex?
Work sex.
It is what it is, dog. It's offered to half of Americans every day. He accepted it. Now the problem is he was on the higher up board. It wasn't the equipment manager.
You just said work sex.
It wasn't. He went to the vice president, but like he was on the higher up board.
Staff meeting go.
Yeah,
workload production, work sex.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
No,
hey, listen, man. I don't mean to bust people out, but wives have work husbands. Husbands have work wives. That's how that goes. He just took it to another level because he was messing with the vice president. Like he was on a higher up level.
Come on, man.
That's what he tried.
Come on.
Well, I'm just trying to think. Work wives and husband ain't meant to smash. That's bring you coffee and donuts and
I I 100% agree with that. You're not smashing your work wife,
right,
but it could happen. So in his case, it happened.
All right.
And he was on the higher up, the vice president level type stuff. Like that's what he tripped. And that was all within a year. I mean, my man, like he went straight to the top.
I got another question for y'all.
Go ahead.
Got another question for y'all. Does Budenhauser keep his job in Milwaukee?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. What I would do and what is going to happen. I'm going to keep doing these, man, by the way. He should be fired. A lot of the questionable timeouts, matchups, and everything falls on him during that series. He did that more than one game. That falls on him. He turned into the Atlanta Budenhauser. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to go to Giannis. It's going to be Giannis' call, and Giannis going to be like, no, that's our fault. Because that's Giannis. That's our fault. It ain't on him. Give us another year. And they're going to keep him.
In that last game, you pointed out Giannis missed 12 free throws, and he lost by 2.
He did. That's why Giannis ain't going to blame the coach.
Right.
Because you know they're going to run it by Giannis.
Right.
And Giannis is going to be like, you know what? Like you just said, I technically missed 12 free throws. This ain't on coach. Keep him.
Guess what? They're gonna keep I'd love to see Udoka.
Oh, give him Milwaukee and see what happens.
Woo!
Yeah, well, but the issue with that, though, to me, is he missed 12 free throws, but they were down 3-1 to the 8th seed.
That is true.
Yeah, but he missed the first. Didn't Giannis miss the first 2 games?
No.
Second, he played well.
He played
like a quarter or 2 of the first.
Missed the game and then came back in the next games.
But that team, they played without Giannis this year. They actually went on a win streak without Giannis.
Yeah, that's true.
They to me they kind of got bullied around. I was reading that Jay Crowder's unhappy. Like, why did y'all bring me here?
He's right.
And I think when you're getting
he's right.
Right. And when you're getting kind of bullied and pushed around, you need cats like Jay Crowder out there to, you know, you need that toughness. That he should have played him.
Hey, check this out,
agree
Lefty.
You're not gonna play over Portis though. The problem is he can't play over Portis.
Where was you
Portis
at,
got that
Mr.
spot.
Tough Guy? Mr. Tough Guy, Bobby Portis, where were you? You should have been in street clothes like AD.
No, Portis. No.
He didn't
Portis
ball out.
played.
Stop.
Don't do that.
But he didn't ball out.
Portis did his role, man. He ain't gonna never give you 20 and 30, but Portis did his role. Don't do that.
Bro, Portis was averaging 12 points. In this series, he averaged 5-6 points, man.
No, he had more than 5 points. Don't do that.
Go look it up, man.
So, and the other side of this is, I get it where we question coaching and things like that, but I don't think we're giving enough credit to Jimmy Butler, and I don't give him his props like that, but that dude balled the hell out.
Hey, Kev, you want some?
Balled out, man. Like you gotta give him.
You want your chicken fried hard with a little lemon pepper? Cause Kev, you always said Jimmy Butler wasn't shit. He ain't no major star. Jimmy Butler scored 98 points in 2 games.
Yeah, I mean that.
And telling everybody that got him, you don't want this. You can't stop me.
To put to put a team on your back like that. I'm not the biggest Jimmy Butler fan, but I think we gotta give him props. We gotta give him props, man, for what he did, and like that.
I'll give, because Ben want me to do this. Mm-hmm. I'll give credit where it's due. Jimmy Butler balled out, but I think Budenholzer was stupid on how they defended him. I will still say that. I think the players did not adjust. I think Giannis should have stepped up and be like, hey, I got him.
Hey.
Like something should have happened. You cannot let one man beat you if you're a great defensive team. You can't do that. And they are a good defensive team, Milwaukee. You can't let one guy beat you. He's the only dude scoring.
Hey,
he's the only dude scoring. I'm not saying you're going to shut him down because a great player you can't shut down.
Hey, Kev.
Not that he's great.
The three of us.
But what I'm saying is, you can't let one guy beat you. You can't do that.
I don't care what you throw at him.
Bro, you can't do that.
He had a heat check.
One scoring.
No matter what they threw at him, they couldn't stop the man.
They
he was
didn't throw nothing at him. They let him go one-on-one. They went, Ben, the night we hit each other, they went on a 30-13 run. Budenholzer didn't even call timeout. The 30-13 run was Jimmy Butler scored 28 of the 30.
Jimmy had games like he went into the locker room, the opposing team locker room, and said, it's going to be a long night.
Can't let one dude beat you like that, dog. That lets me further know Budenholzer should be fired. That lets me further know. I'm not saying because real talk, playoff Jimmy is a thing. It's a thing. I get that. I will admit that.
But he's an NBA champ. He's an NBA championship coach just 2 years ago. So you're not going to fire him based off of like what just happened.
They're not going to fire him.
Even though it was, I agree, it was definitely some terrible coaching moves in that. But I mean, this is one of those cases where, like you say, I like the fact that Giannis took responsibility, because even whatever Budenholzer call him, when you that dude, Giannis should have went over to him and said, "I'm taking Jimmy."
Facts.
Throw your little board away. I got him. But
and
Giannis don't have that type of personality either.
I'm just saying, he would have fouled out.
You know who would have did that? Kawhi.
What?
Kawhi would have took Jimmy.
Kawhi in Toronto, not Kawhi in LA. And now another player that needs to get his flowers right now. Hey, Silk, you listening? But Jalen Brunson.
Definitely.
I agree with that.
Definitely.
New York is the reason they at where they at. He would not be in the second round if it wasn't for that, as my man Sweet say, just call him. Without him.
I agree with that. Hey, Silk, shout out. I had Cleveland winning the series because I thought the young Cleveland team from last year that didn't get hurt was balling when they got hurt. I thought this year with Donovan Mitchell, I'm like, oh, they'll beat the Knicks. Donovan Mitchell is going to be too much to handle.
Well,
I will give you a
Mr.
shout out,
Spider-Man,
Phil. Congratulations. Y'all
Mr.
shut him down. I
Spider-Man
don't know what
was
y'all
going
did, but
through
y'all shut him down.
whatever it is where Spider-Man lost his powers for that because he was depressed or something, stressed out, and he lost his powers. That was him. That was him. Spider-Man.
The Knicks balled out, man. And it ain't just Brunson, bro. Real talk. They got guys hitting threes. They got it ain't just Brunson.
Hey,
Brunson the dude, but it ain't just Brunson.
Silk, you're right. Josh Hart was a straight up
Yeah,
pickup.
that's what I'm saying. They got other guys that's contributing, bro.
Yeah.
Josh Hart balled out. Bro, Josh Hart was a big pickup, by the way. That was a big pickup.
Now,
but here comes Jimmy, Phil.
Yeah. So this second round, New York. I hope y'all go to church tomorrow because it's gonna be a tough one for you.
Randall better if Randall ain't healthy, bro. Okay.
Yeah. First of all, Randall need to mature.
Well, I agree with that
because he was not playing well. He sat the fourth quarter. You don't come to the press conference because you mad and all of this stuff, bro. Suck it up, bro.
But they should have sat you, bro. You were terrible. They should have sat you. No, man.
Hey, man, shout out to Tibbs. I will say that that series was probably the biggest shocker for me because I thought Cleveland would dog walk them, but they got bullied. At the end of the day, they got pushed around. They got bullied, and that's the trait of Tibbs' teams. I know we say he runs his guys into the dirt, but I mean his teams are going to play hard. Like that's one thing about a Tibbs team. They're gonna always play hard. They're gonna play physical. They're gonna be tough with you. And I already got my six crow wings fried hard by Jalen Brunson last week. I gave him his props. Like I thought it was a terrible pickup and they overpaid for him, but this dude is for real.
Hey, lefty.
He's for real. Dude balling, but yeah. Miami is like that too. So it's gonna be a physical series. Let's see.
They're not gonna be able to bully Miami around.
Yeah, so let's see.
Hey,
not gonna push them around.
The Cavs got bullied like I did by that flight attendant when we went to Houston.
Oh, the one that checked you? Yeah, I remember that.
Kept on messing with me. Yeah,
she checked you.
I'm still looking for her.
Kicked your elbow off the your little rest thing. She punked the hell out of you. But yeah, they got man. So but it's gonna be a great series, man.
It's gonna be a good series.
It's gonna be, I think, low scoring, like as far as the NBA average these days. Physical, it's gonna be tough, man. And Jalen Brunson has shown that he can do what Jimmy did at times. So let's see who.
Yeah, but Jimmy gonna Jimmy. Who on New York gonna guard?
Bears take a wide receiver.
Yeah, the Bears just take a wide receiver.
Cincinnati.
But
Tyler Scott.
Who's gonna guard Jimmy on New York?
Nobody.
Who got some speed too?
Josh Hart.
Josh Hart not a starter. And Jimmy too big for Josh Hart.
He's gonna come in the game. It's gonna be by committee.
Jimmy too big for Josh Hart.
As they say,
by committee.
They better get some sleep.
Yeah, it's gonna be by committee.
They better get some sleep.
One other thing too, let's see if Jimmy can keep this up. What he just did.
That's true.
Like,
he got you. Who else? Bam is such a disappointment.
Speaking of bully ball, KDL, it was bully ball last night. The Lakers versus Memphis. I gotta get when I say bullied they asses left and right from start. Soon as the ball was tipped, bully ball.
So I'm not a LeBron James fan, as you know. I respect this game. I mean, you got to, right? But last night, he said, we're not going back to Memphis. The Lakers came out as if we're not going back to Memphis, period, end of story. Let's get this over with. Yes. And I credit LeBron for that because right after the game, last game, he was like, hey, I ain't had nothing. I'm going to get my body together. I'll be ready for the next game. So he knew it was really on him. Like, you have to. He was running. He was playing better. Like the stuff he did last night. He wasn't doing the other night. He didn't have it. He wasn't running up down the court like he was last night.
When he got that pass through the lane and dunked it backwards, it's like he was 24 again.
Yeah.
He had so much spring in his step after that.
He said it after the game, though. He was like,
the crowd,
my body will be ready. That's what he said.
But
so last night,
the Lakers, they don't get enough credit for when they lock down and play defense like they did last night.
Which they do in stretches. They were
aggressive. AD, they were blocking everything. They were on them. Like Memphis didn't have easy shots.
Hey,
like in the previous games. They
you know who the MVP was last night?
D-Lo.
Nobody on the court.
Oh.
Whoever run the sound system
when they play whoop
that trick.
That was actually disrespectful.
Well, my God.
Well, no one's gonna feel bad for Memphis because they talk too much.
Yep.
They run around, they run their mouths too much as a young team that hasn't accomplished anything.
Facts.
Anything. And as you know, as I'm a LeBron guy. You know, I KDL is a Lakers fan, like one of the true blue Lakers fans. Shout out to Sweetie out there, those true Laker fans. They this was the best case scenario for them. For them to win last night.
I cheered for the Lakers last night, KDL.
But for them to win last night and for Golden State Sacramento to have to go to Game 7.
Oh my God.
That's gonna get the Lakers that's gonna get the Lakers 3-4 days rest.
Which they sorely needed.
It's needed.
Since you just gave me the he, let me give you a tidbit. When that Golden State game came on, right? The very first commercial break, the commercial came on and said, this Sunday, Game 7. This was the first commercial break. They usually say if necessary. This commercial said Game 7 Sunday. I'm sitting here watching it. You know, a few of our family members over here. And we was like, wait, when they do that? They said in the first quarter on the first TV timeout.
I didn't peep that.
Game 7. They didn't play that commercial no more after that. And I'm like, okay, is this shit scripted? Come on.
But maybe they had it queued up and they just played it. Those commercials are already done. Like
so somebody lost their job, is what you're saying?
Somebody probably got fired.
Somebody lost their job.
Or at least suspended for a little bit, but somebody messed up. Look, man, this
he got sent home for the night.
Here's the question. The worst road team in the league this year. Can they win 2 in a row?
Got to win a Game 7.
Can they win on the road again? They won once.
They won
as
one.
As bad of a road team as they've been.
And it was a convincing win. It was a convincing win.
Hey, look.
On the road.
Let's let our resident Golden State fan answer that. Because you know, if the Lakers went back to Memphis, he'd have been all over us. Right?
Oh, you know I was.
He ain't said a damn word about Golden State today. So let's let our resident Golden State fan. Are they winning Game 7 at Sacramento? Yes or no?
I'm leading up to that, Kev. Hold on. They played horrible last night as a team. They played horrible. They couldn't guard water. It was so many layups in the second quarter and the third quarter. I was just, I was over here livid. Livid, man. So many layups, but to answer your question, Kev, see you in the next round.
Okay. All right.
See you in the next round.
You more confident than them.
You know what?
We was watching last night. We was like, damn, they still down 10. Hold on, man. It's the end of the third. It's the middle of the fourth. Hold up, dog. Oh, Sacramento gonna put
it. The conspiracy theorist in me says the NBA would love nothing but another Steph LeBron matchup.
Oh, you know that.
Next round. I think the refs are going to favor Golden State just enough for them to pull out a close one. I think it's going to be close. But I don't see Steph shooting that bad again. Like he don't shoot that bad 2 games straight.
You won't see Steph, but will Clay show up? Will
Right.
Poole show up? No, Poole don't show up on the road.
Those two players are key.
And I think Wiggins is going to have a big game.
He's going to have to.
Sunday. I think Wiggins going to ball out. I'm going to take Golden State by 3 Sunday.
And this is my Negro Damas. If Golden State happens to lose, Draymond punching somebody in the locker room.
Well, it's going to be his last day in Golden State anyway. If they
lose,
he might as well.
Draymond has played his last game. That's what we need to focus on.
Hey, but
another uniform next year.
You know what? They should think about that because as much as we don't like Draymond or we think he talked too much, hey, defensively, man, that dude is a monster.
I agree.
Dude, he sets the standard for them defensively, regardless.
He's the Mike linebacker.
Yeah, you can.
He is the Mike linebacker, baby.
And
he gets everybody where they need to be.
Like, he's the smartest dude out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like he don't get credit for that. Like Draymond is a smart basketball player, similar to like Dennis Rodman. Like they were smart basketball players. You know what I mean? Like the IQ of basketball. You know, he's a smart dude.
Let
me ask you this, Ben. So he's been coming off the bench, right?
Yep.
It's game 7 for all the marbles. Put Draymond back in and bring Poole off the bench, or you keep it high?
So. I think you start.
You start him, right?
And then you bring Poole off the bench in his natural rotation.
There you go.
You Kerr's smart enough. He knows he needs to set the defensive tone early, and you do that with Draymond and Wiggins. Draymond and Wiggins. Clay's not the defender he used to be.
No, but he's not a two-way player no more.
You set the standard early. You get physical, and you need Draymond out there starting the game off. Let him start.
Yes, sir.
Don't give Sacramento no confidence.
Since we're talking about this series, question for you all: is De'Aaron Fox a superstar now, or is he still transitioning up?
He's up and coming. He's up and coming. He's
right there.
Yeah, he's up and coming. Yeah, we can't just based on one series that he hasn't won yet put him on superstar status. Like we can't do that.
He's been balling all year though. Yeah,
he's there.
He's been balling all year though.
No, yeah, he been balling all year. He had a great year. Didn't he get most improved or something? Or most clutch.
He got most clutch.
So now he's there, but I'm not gonna say he's a superstar.
That made me kind of question that when he didn't take the last shot in game. Was that game 4?
Was it 5? Oh, the one Harrison Barnes took the shot.
Exactly.
4.
Yeah, Harrison Barnes took the 3. Yeah.
Now, I'm not gonna say that's totally his fault, but Mike Brown, offensive play calling in that moment was trash.
Yeah, but Steve Kerr being the coach he is saying he ain't gonna beat us. If he touched that ball, we doubling him. Somebody else got to beat us, not Fox.
See how they played Fox is how they should have been playing Jimmy.
Right.
Get the ball out of his hand and make somebody else beat you.
All I'm saying, dog, but y'all didn't want to listen to me.
To answer your question, Ben, I think Fox is right there with light skin from Boston. What's his name? Tatum. I'm gonna put him right there with Tatum. Like I think he is.
Tatum is just right there, man.
Like, dude, we didn't get to see a lot of Sacramento games, but Fox balled all year, and last year he balled too. So I think he's right there with Tatum, and I always have Tatum as he's just a step away, like he's right there.
We've been saying that for 2 years.
Tatum needs to have a big run in these playoffs to reach superstar status to me. But I think Fox is right there, man. And if Sacramento pulls this off and then possibly get to the Western Conference Final and win the next round, you got to put them in the superstar conversation.
And you know what? I'm going to eat a little crow today with lemon pepper on it. I've said it that Brown in Boston. They was gonna have to break. They needed to break those two up, and one of them need to go. After watching them this year, you gotta whatever you gotta do to break the bank or whatever. You keep them two together.
Yeah.
You keep them together. Because I was like, Brown got to go because Tatum needs to shine on his own. No, they are hand in hand, and
he
they
needs
work
Brown
together.
just like Brown needs Tatum.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm gonna eat crow on that.
I think Jaylen Brown is the key to Boston to me. I still think he is one of the best two-way players out there.
Yeah.
One of the best two-way players.
I'll agree with you, Lefty. And I normally don't do that, but I'm gonna agree with you today.
You should do it more.
Never. Hey, now we got about 14 minutes left, man. Just to switch gears, go back to last weekend. That fight with Tank and Garcia. What was y'all thoughts on that, man? Because a lot of people were saying that that was rigged, that was fixed. What was your thoughts on that? Because man, listen, when he caught him flush in his face and put him down the first time, that was you can't rig that. That left jab right to his nose, his eyes opened up wide, his knees locked up, and then the rib punch, the liver punch, as they call it.
I get it right. Punched him
that
in
shut,
the
I don't
his
remember all
body
that
down.
fake stuff. I was intoxicated watching it.
I was
But
too.
I do remember the shot, like it. He didn't even react to it at first. Like if you remember, he didn't go immediately down. It caught up to him, like, and that it was like I said, what ribs it was the liver.
They say a liver punch is not immediate reaction. It's a delayed reaction.
Liver punch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He didn't go down immediately. Bro.
He didn't. But they all the boxing gurus and all that say you get hit in your liver. It's not an immediate reaction. It takes about 30 to 60 seconds, and then your whole body say, "What the fuck?"
And to me, I love those better than the flush knockout punches. The delayed knockout is amazing to me. When you think you about to get it back in, and then your body just say, "GFY." Not today.
Okay.
It was great, man.
Now,
I love it.
I don't know if y'all followed after, the press conferences and all of that, and Golden Boy bailed on a superstar. That was the talk where they said they bailed. His corner man and his promoter said deuces and left him up there by himself.
Your boy Oscar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oscar came back and his response was, I had death threats, so my security team had to get me out of there.
You can't do that public. Like in the weeks after the fight, if you say Oscar has left, whatever, like you do that after, you don't do that fight night, bro. You can't do that. That ain't even professional. Like so you saying this corner and Oscar did that?
Yes. And he was up there on the podium solo.
Don't he pay his corner? Some of his purse goes to his corner, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's handle that.
So don't be surprised if he leave Oscar and go to somebody else.
But you know how that boxing stuff go. He might be on the contract and can't leave.
True.
He can't go nowhere if you leave. He can't go nowhere for a year. Like you're not a boxing contract.
He lost to Floyd again.
Good point, Sil. Great point. He lost to Floyd again.
And we know
De La Hoya hates Mayweather.
Man, with a passion.
He hates Floyd.
He hate him bad, man.
I'm gonna take y'all back. De La Hoya had Floyd beat, dog. Floyd was a shorty then. De La Hoya had him beat. De La Hoya stopped fighting because he thought he won on points. Floyd won the last couple rounds. That's how Floyd won that fight.
And doing
this. Y'all to go back and watch it.
This rapid punching, and he hitting his gloves.
Yeah.
Dare y'all to go back and watch it. De La Hoya had him beat. He thought he won.
And
Floyd
he did.
Floyd won the fight. I dare y'all to go back and watch it.
He danced for about 3, 4, 5 rounds, and Floyd kept coming and working on different jabs.
That's exactly. Floyd kept fighting.
Right.
When
well, it's being in shape and being in Floyd Mayweather shape, 2 different things.
Yeah. Now, if you go, like you said, Kev, go back and watch it. He should have had a neck brace on after that fight, Oscar, because his neck kept doing like this because he kept getting tagged when he was trying to run around. So I'm just saying, it was a bad look for Oscar to bail on your star.
That ain't cool.
Promoted. You left him up there. You supposed to stand by him in that press conference in the loss.
You could have cussed him out afterwards. Whatever.
Your corner man, your trainer wasn't standing by you. The only people who was up there was him, his wife, and I think one of his boys.
Bro, that's not even professional.
And in the social media post that Oscar put out there, man, it looked like he was lying like a mother. I got death threats, so my security team whisked me out of there. So
why you get death threats over him?
It's like,
he should have got death threat for wearing them stockings and heels. He got caught in. That's where it should have started.
Ain't he married?
Some people in the weird shit, Kevo.
Yeah, you right.
Hey, Don King never ran from the post conference either. He always was trying to make a spin on it, no matter if he was up there lying or not with that bad hairdo. He was there. He never bailed on his fighter in the press conference.
That's one thing I'll give Don, Witness Protection King. I'll give him that. Like he'll stick by him, but yeah.
And he trying to spin it.
Yeah, he gonna try to spin it. Yeah, that was a punk move by De La Hoya, man.
Hey, he don't do that, dog. That's not even professional, bro.
That was some punk shit. That was punk shit. Marv Albert, come on, Silk. Marv Albert ain't hit no.
Hey, Wheat, you right.
You mean the biting in the back? Come on, man. That's my man.
Some weird shit out here, man.
You are correct. Hey, Don King would change corners in a minute. He'd be over there with the winner, like, yeah, this is my boy.
This is why America is great.
Right. Oh man, y'all! Hey, I love fans out here, man.
Which is probably why he in witness protection right now. Where's Don King? Somebody do a special on him or something. Where are they now?
We need a 30 for 30.
Right. Where is he now?
Right. Where is he?
He probably somewhere looking like Lori Lightfoot.
Because he's come on, man.
Come on, man. Lori's still the man right now.
Yeah, she on a 1.5 month notice.
Right.
You're gonna see it at the den in about 2 months. What up, y'all?
Not the den. Come on, man. Y'all cats crazy.
Or the Jeffrey Pub, but that's neither here nor there.
Wow.
She gonna be at the Jeffrey Pub. Now you best believe that.
Wow.
I meant publicly. You're gonna see it at the den. Jeffrey Pub is gonna be like the regular.
Y'all cats, man. Y'all crazy. Hey, man, we got about 5 minutes left, man. So we gonna start getting our parting shots on. KDL, I'll start with you.
Shout out to the people that watched the whole show. I was a little late today. I apologize for that. But shout out, man. Shout out to the people that follow us, man. Like every Saturday, like real talk. Y'all comment, y'all at least watch us. We appreciate that, man. Real talk. Shout out. Hey, Silk, welcome back, man.
Lefty.
Well, since Silk is on here, we was gonna do it anyway. You still got time Costa Rica, baby. October 5th through the 10th, man. Like, hey, it's gonna be a movie out there. It's gonna definitely be a movie, man. Come on out and hang with us. It's gonna be it's gonna be something special, man. We're gonna do something that has not been done in the cigar community yet. So yeah, man, come out there and kick it with us. Also, we are starting the first Chicago Cigar Community Scholarship Fund. Be on the lookout for flyers and the fundraisers where you can donate. We're trying to send 2 kids off to college, a male and a female, with a couple of dollars in their pocket, man. So all the information will be out there. The applications will be out there. Sign up, even if you just know a kid going, niece, nephew, friend of the family, whatever it is. You know, anybody heading off to college, man, we want to do something for the youth. So that's going to be big. And of course, Eduardo Lamone's 11-year anniversary weekend, man. It's been a great. Yesterday the kickoff was amazing, man. We had a ball out there. Shout out to Foundation Cigars for coming out. DJ DY Nemesis tore the house down last night, and then Farley came through a little late, but he did show up.
Imagine that.
But he did show up. Farley came through, did his thing, man. It was a packed house. So on behalf of the Eduardo Lamones, man, thank you for everybody that came out. And of course, tonight, the sneaker ball. The sneaker ball. Early arrival is strongly, let me say it like this, strongly suggested. You may want to put a chair in your trunk just in case we run out of seats. You may want to have something ready, but it's going to be a packed house. It's going to, and the DJ lineup is crazy tonight. So, man, definitely, you know, we'll all be there. Our SmokeFellas will be in the building.
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
come
sir.
Come on out, man. Put on some clothes, man. Put on some clothes. Come out and hang with us. Y'all gonna see us, and y'all ain't never seen us before.
You saying put on some clothes, but I gotta. It's a sneaker ball, so if you gotta run to the store and cop you some sneakers, because I don't want you to come in there, because cats will be like, "What are those?" Don't come in there with your joints all dirty and scuffy, man. It's a sneaker ball, man. So if you've never went to a sneaker ball, man, put some clothes on, get your drip on, because that's the first thing people looking at when you walk in. And I don't want you to be, kiki, ha, and a bunch of hee-hees on you.
It's gonna be a blast, man. I'm looking forward tonight, man. Actually, I'm gonna take me a little nap after this show, just to get ready. And make sure you hydrate. Hydrate is strongly suggested as well. But real talk, early arrival, man. Get there early. Get there early.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, hey, man, thank everybody that came out, tuned in with us today, man. Every Saturday we get up and do this, man. We have fun at it. We hope you all have fun at it too. And as I always say at the end of every show, where there's smoke,
there's the fellas.